Should I do these? Nay, 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 nay. Or should I do it on the mums? Should I sing through a straw? I've been told that I should stick out my tongue as I'm kind of singing through these exercises. Should I be doing that? Today, I want to dive deep on this question, and I'll also share with you one of the biggest traps when it comes to choosing exercises. And then I'll also share with you how I help my private students in deciding the best vocal exercises for them. Now, real quick, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Ivan. I'm a voice teacher who works with students from all around the world over Zoom. And really on this podcast, my goal is to make learning how to sing as simple and as easy as possible. So if that is up your lane, consider subscribing wherever you are joining me from. If you want to improve your voice faster with less of the headaches, because singing can be pretty confusing, then links down in the description on how you can work with me privately, or also check out some of my self-study programs. Links are down in the description below. Last but not least, if you want to inspire our next episode, let me know down in the comments below what you want me to talk about next. Anyway, let's talk about which exercises are the best for you. I'm going to start here. Most vocal exercises will work. A common trap that people tend to fall into is they think, if I just found that one, magical vocal exercise, or maybe if I just did this bunch of exercises and I just went crazy with them, then I will naturally get better at singing. And this can happen for some singers. I've had some students where literally you can throw them any vocal exercise and, give them a bit of guidance, a bit of tweaking, and they will see results. But I find this is often because they've already got pretty good fundamentals. They've got a good intuition of how vocal technique should work anyway. But for the rest of us who have actually tried, all these different vocal exercises, we've tried going through all these different variations, but we still feel like we're running into that same kind of problem, we need a different strategy. Instead of trying to find the right vocal exercises, we should aim to do the exercises right. And so this brings me to how I approach choosing the right vocal exercises with my private students. When I'm working with a new student, our biggest initial goal is, can we establish a vocal exercise or a vocal scale where they can feel great execution of the fundamentals. Now, what do I mean by the fundamentals here? The first one here is, how does it feel like to stretch the vocal folds, right? Because this allows you to feel pitch change, the process of pitch change. The second one is, how does it feel like to bring those chords together and resist more airflow? Because this allows us to adjust the volume, the dynamics of the voice. And so rather than doing all these different vocal exercises and hoping for our voice to get better, if we can just feel one exercise being executed correctly, even if it takes us time, even if it feels a bit tedious, what this does is it creates a really, really strong baseline for our vocal technique. Because from here, we start to branch out and we start to translate this feeling across different exercises. Like say, for example, you can do an exercise well. Maybe you're just going up and down your range on the word mum. Mum, 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 mum. You can do that pretty well. What we want to do here is we want to go challenge, harder variations. What happens if I then repeat mum, 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 or maybe I'll kind of sustain, maybe I'll kind of hold things out a bit longer. What you'll notice is when you challenge these hard variations, sometimes the technique starts to kind of fall apart. We start to kind of deviate. Maybe you notice a bit more strain or you don't quite make it to this note. Because I've already got that one scale which I can execute fairly cleanly, it becomes a lot easier to translate because I can just compare and contrast the feeling of those two, especially if I'm already pretty aware of good fundamentals. The problem without having a scale that we can do fairly well, where we're executing the fundamentals pretty strongly, is that it can be very easy to start kind of running around in circles. We start kind of second guessing. We start thinking, is this correct? Should I be feeling this? Should I be doing this? We start to kind of run around in circles because we don't have anything to compare back to. Whereas if we kind of start from this one singular exercise and we try to just branch out from there, make it a bit harder, maybe we add repeats, change the words, make it faster, add more notes, whatever it does to make it a bit harder for you, then we start to translate that fundamental across your entire voice, regardless of the pitch, regardless of the word, basically regardless of the sound, which is what we're trying to do. Can I execute the voice correctly in any kind of situation? So this is generally how I guide my students in finding the exercises for them. And so I'd encourage you, maybe just for the next month, see and try this approach rather than going for all these different exercises and trying to, be good at all of these different exercises. Just focus one and see if you can get good at feeling those fundamentals in that one exercise. Anyway, that is it for me. If you found this episode useful, please share this with a friend or family, or if you're listening from the podcast, leaving a 5-star review really helps this channel grow, and it really, really means the world to me as well. If you're looking to improve your voice with less of the headache, once again, links down in the description on how you can work with me privately, and there's also some self-study options down there as well. Apart from that, my name is Ivan. I'm your voice teacher. I'll see you real soon. Take care.